Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray from Phandroid, and today we are doing another smartphone camera comparison with the OnePlus Nord, which I'm using to record right now, and comparing that with the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra and its massive camera module on the back of the phone here. Now, as we do in all of these smartphone camera comparisons, everything you see in this video is recorded on these two devices, so keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which device and cameras are being used for the photos and videos that you see. With that, let's jump into some spec comparisons to see how these two devices stack up on paper before we start looking at the photos and videos that these two devices can capture. We're going to start things off with the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra and its triple camera setup system on the back of the phone, which is absolutely massive, but that's for good reason. It has a 108 megapixel main sensor and then two additional 12 megapixel sensors, one with an ultra wide camera and the second one with a 5x periscope telephoto lens. As for video recording, the main sensor can record 8K video at 24 frames per second, or else all of them can record 4K at up to 60 FPS. As for the front-facing camera on this device that peeks through the display, that is a 10 megapixel sensor that can record 4K video at 60 frames per second as well. On the OnePlus Nord, you get a quad camera setup on the back with a 48 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel depth sensor, and finally a 2 megapixel macro camera. As for video recording, the main sensors on the back here can record 4K video at up to 30 FPS. As for the front-facing camera, you get a 32 megapixel main sensor and then a 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor on the front, which is something that you typically don't see on most smartphones, especially mid-range devices like this. And for the front-facing cameras, you can record 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. Now that we've gotten the specifications of the OnePlus Nord and the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra all squared away, let's jump into some side-by-side photo and video comparisons to see how these two devices handle themselves in a variety of different lighting scenarios. And again, keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which device and which cameras are being used. While both of these devices can record video from multiple lenses on the back of the phone, the Samsung device does have the advantage being able to switch on the fly between the ultra wide, standard, and then the 5x zoom. If you want to do that on the OnePlus Nord, you do need to switch off the recording, switch your camera lens, and then start recording again. This is extremely convenient on the Samsung device since it makes it really easy to really utilize the different capabilities of the different lenses while recording video. And this here's a look at the video that you get from the front-facing camera on both of these devices, 4K at up to 60 frames per second on both smartphones. But the OnePlus Nord does have a little trick that the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra simply doesn't have, and that's the ultra-wide camera, which I'm switching over to right now. And there you have it. Now, with the ultra-wide camera, you can fit a lot more into your shot. As you can see, my hand is fully visible into the frame, while on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, it simply isn't. This means that you can fit a lot more people into your shots, or simply get a little bit more of your background in it as well, which honestly is something that I really love, and I've honestly loved since the Pixel 3 introduced it a couple years back. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the OnePlus Nord and the all-new Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below and which device you would rather have with you for taking photos and videos on a regular basis. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do have my full review of the Note 20 Ultra coming up within the next couple days, so make sure you stay subscribed to the channel and hit that bell icon as well if you want a notification as soon as it's online. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.